Although I am a long way past the October completion deadline, I haven't lost interest in the motorcycle group build, so here's a combination progress report and late slip request. Seat and tailpiece were painted separately, which made for clean color separation and eliminated the need for masking. The tailpiece crossbar was reinforced by gluing on a piece of styrene strip 15 thousandths of an inch thick by 100 thousandths of an inch wide. Elastic bands were used to close the gap at the back of the tailpiece to the seat, and the two parts are glued together using Microscale's Krystal Kleer. A final touch-up with black paint completed the underside of this subassembly. I was looking forward to using the kit decals for the gold pinstriping, but these turned out to be not very opaque. Here they've been applied to the bottom of the seat, and they're barely visible. Another minor setback was a passenger grab bar, which broke while removing it from the molding tree. Rather than try to repair this delicate plastic part, I simply used it as a pattern and made a replacement using 3/64" brass wire. Pinstripes were sourced from model railroad decal set. I used one by Microscale and O-scale, intended for Pennsylvania Railroad 5-stripe diesel locomotives. As supplied in the kit, the mounting tabs on the fenders were too short to reach the mounting lugs molded into the forks. This is easily seen in a close-up view, with the fender mounting tabs stopping well short of the molded-in attachment points on the forks. The fender tabs were extended by gluing on pieces of 15 thousandths of an inch thick by 80 thousandths of an inch wide styrene strip, cut to the appropriate length. Bolt head castings were glued onto the inside face to simulate the fasteners holding the fender to the forks. Another item that's easily fixed on this kit are the large rectangular gaps on either side of the headlight housing where it attaches to the reflectors. This gap is especially visible in a close-up view. It's present on the model, while a close-up view of a real bike shows no gap here. These gaps were filled by gluing in styrene strip 40 thousandths of an inch thick by 80 thousandths of an inch wide. Rather than try to fiddle with small pieces, I find it easier to leave the strips full length when I glue them in, and then trim them off after. With the added styrene strips cut to length and sanded smooth, the headlight housing looks much better. At any place where hoses or cables attached to the model, I'm replacing the molded-on plastic pins with holes drilled in the appropriate parts, so the hoses and cables can be glued in place for a much stronger connection. Cables and hoses will of course be added after painting and final assembly, but here the clutch cable is set in place to show how it fits into the drilled hole in the clutch lever. Well, that's progress up to this point, with a few more subassemblies completed, and some painting work to be done on the frame and fork before final assembly. Didn't make the October deadline, but I'm hoping to at least get this done by the end of 2024.